Hey, what's up, fam? Welcome to the Relationship Cheat Code, where we give you the game, helping you to stress less and experience the absolute best in your relationship. This right here is my beautiful, my delectable, my incredible, my sensational and spectacular wife, Ian.
And this right here, this is my dapper, debonair, amazing homie, my boo baby, my sweetheart, my protector, and my confidant, Ayise. What's up, boo?
What up, baby?
How you doing?
I'm doing.
You loving me?
You kind of irritate me a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. Like getting these podcasts set up, y'all. And
I asked you that on purpose. I knew you feel you was irritated.
My wife, she be acting special sometimes. Special.
Me?
I was asking her, "Are you ready?" And she talking about, "I'm waiting on you, mofo." Like, I'm like, "Come on,
I've been sitting here waiting.
If you've been following us for some time, Iana be like racing to get to the seat."
But that wasn't it today.
No, that wasn't it. You've been situated over.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm sitting here waiting on you while you go back and forth and do stuff. Did I not? Then you gonna come over here talking about, "Are you ready?" Mm-hmm. Bro, I'm sitting here waiting on you.
Y'all, these are all of the things that you got to deal with when you're married. You know, it just comes with the territory, navigating this type of stuff, trying to figure each other out. So, how you doing, babe?
I am. I'm good. I did a video earlier today that I still have to post this morning, talking about staying the course. So that's my mantra today.
Yeah.
I think that's my mantra in this season, in this until it ain't no more, until I'm not in this place anymore. So for me, it's about getting up, getting the podcast done. Today was on the list. There's a lot of things that be on the list on any given day. So building in time to just be is always good, and I'm looking forward to today.
Yeah. So
do you know why? Do you know why?
Why?
Why am I looking forward to today? Do you know your wife?
I mean, it's family time. Like, is that it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we got a special event that we doing. So we got some family time coming up. But I'm just curious to know. So when you say stay in the course,
you just glossed over that, like,
Yeah. When you say stay in the course, say some more about that. Like, what you? I know you just recorded a video about that, but why are you in this space where you're just highlighting that staying the course?
Well, I think, so I think like just in life and in general, right? Like we can be starting a thing and getting geared up to move in a certain direction. That's one place to be. And then another place to be is like arriving at the place that you started out towards. You're getting there, you're getting closer, you're on the other side. Like this is that time of year people are graduating, right? So our youngest daughter is getting ready. She's gearing up. She's getting ready to go to college, and so she's excited about that. She's also at the same time, before we even get there, right? She is culminating her high school career, so she's feeling accomplished because she did that thing. Yeah. And she's now getting ready to shift into the next phase of her life. Well, we can look at that for anything. We can look at that with the folks who are in our community who are working on their marriages. They get exposed to some new information. You know what I mean? They're talking to a sister in a sister circle, and they're like, "Oh, you've been where I've been. Oh my God, I'm not alone." Right? You start to get motivated, and then we know that there are folks who are in our community who are on the other side. They started out coming in and they were dealing with infidelity, but now they're on the other side. They started out coming in and they were dealing with funky ass communication. And now they're like, we can actually sit down, and not only do we communicate well, but I really enjoy hanging out with my husband again or my wife again. And we are getting to know each other on another level. So like it can be in anything. You know, I give the long ass answer.
Yeah, you are amplifying.
Okay. You know, that's what I got to do. But there's an in-between space. There is an in-between space. You call it the liminal space.
Yeah.
There's an in-between space where you are not yet to the other side. There's an in-between space where you remember and you know what you're trying to do. You know where you're trying to go, and you're clear about that, but you're not right at the beginning either. So you're not brand new and super motivated and energized and feeling convicted. You just in the space of the work.
Mm-hmm.
You in the space of the work. And that's pretty much how I feel these days. Like, I'm in the space of the work.
Mm-hmm.
And so God said to me when I got up this morning, stay the course. Stay the course, because you can't see what I can see. And you will not get to where you need to be if you don't stay the course. So you ain't got to be motivated all the time. You know, I heard somebody say that a while back. Somebody said that, like, I don't know where I was or what room I was in. I was trying to remember, but I don't remember what it was. But somebody asked this person who had accomplished so much, they said, well, how do you stay motivated? And I hear that around relationships. You know, how do you not allow yourself to be so triggered that you just totally tap out and just shut down and, you know, move back into protecting yourself and not leaning in and trying to make things work anymore? How do you do that? And it's the same answer that brother gave when I heard him. He said, I don't stay motivated. I just stay consistent. I don't stay motivated. I don't actually feel like doing any of this shit. Oh my goodness. I think I'm almost about to preach to myself because I need this message today. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so this is the same thing. Like, you still have to get up and do the thing. You still need to go on over there. I'm talking to y'all now, and reach out to your boo and be like, how you doing? You good? Where you at? You still need to have a conversation that you don't want to have. You still need to put it back on the table. You still need to plan a date night. You still need to have sex. You still need to stay the course.
Wow. That's a lot right there, baby. Like, I when I think about this whole idea of staying the course, one of the things that automatically comes up for me is this piece around, like you just mentioned, not wanting to.
That automatically comes up to you?
It did. It did. It's almost as if, like, and some of y'all may resonate with this, but you identify with the overwhelm. You identify with the exhaustion. You identify with the fatigue. You identify with the heaviness and the weight that you have to carry up this big ass mountain. And so because you identify with that, it's like, I don't want to. And so when you lift this piece up around not needing to feel motivated, but needing to be consistent, it then places the responsibility back on me and on other folks who may very quickly identify with, like, but I don't want to. Even if you don't want to, it's still your responsibility. So it's like, if God has gifted you with all of these talents and you choose not to use them, then that's like blasphemous. You know, you are not living in your truest and utmost and best potential. And so
and same for our relationships.
Yeah, you know, so we've been gifted with certain talents, and even if you don't feel like it, even if you don't want to, instead of saying I don't want to, you need to change that language to I get to.
I get to.
Because it's an honor to do the things that we do, and it's an honor to do the things that you do. And so don't discount that. But for the folks who identify with the liminal space, that in between period, that period of uncertainty, of fear, of hesitancy and reluctance.
Just being frozen sometimes.
Yeah, just being frozen. You know, a word like you just mentioned is definitely helpful. You know, and at the same time too, I think that it's important that we also still make room for that space. Like, that's why I lifted up, y'all. So you'll notice that during the relationship cheat code, there are different points in times where I want to hold space for the pain, for the uncertainty, for the overwhelm, because it's real. And in today's society, it's a lot of, you know, just hustle mode, grind mode, go get it and get to it. And that's a part of the equation. But there's another part of the equation that we don't lift up enough. And that's really just honoring your feelings.
Yes.
And the uncertainty that exists before you actually get your ass up, get up, get out, and get something, you know? And so, you know, I like to hold space for that too.
Yeah. So I want to ask you a question. How are you feeling today?
I thought I already told you I was irritated.
That ain't telling me enough. Go. I done gave you
I'm irritated by you.
a whole monologue. You gonna say I'm irritated? The end.
Yeah.
No,
So,
how are you doing? Like really, like today, but also just right now, like in life right now. I'm gonna check in with you.
I mean, I'm tired right now.
You always tired, baby.
You know, I feel fatigued. I feel a lot of pressure, a lot of stresses and things that, you know, I'm trying to navigate. Um, you know, just putting my head down, putting one foot in front of the other. So focused, focused, fatigued, feeling overwhelmed, but also feeling optimistic too and hopeful. Because, you know, I said this a long time ago that you can either worry or you can work. And when you try to hold space for both, like it's damn near impossible. And so instead of worrying about all of the things, work, you know, so that's where I'm at right now, you know, just in that place of working and but also wanting to be more deliberate about thinking about the work that I do too. And so
What you
just
mean?
carving out time for me to be able to process and think
Just slow
instead
down.
of just doing. Yeah. So you can get into the habit of execution and doing, but if you don't quiet the mind and take time to just really process what's going on, where you at,
Yeah.
then you're always flooded with these feelings and with these thoughts that you really haven't organized. And so being able to just sift through my thoughts and organize them, I think is extremely helpful. So that's where I'm at in a nutshell.
So I love that you said that. It's making me think about, well, before I tell you what it's making me think about, and before I tell you something else, let me ask you another question. What are you worried about?
What am I worried about? You know, I'm worried about security. I'm worried about physical health.
Of you, me, who, the family?
No, of me, just wanting to, you know, be on point. Me,
And let me just shout my husband out because my husband.
our children.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you shout me out prematurely.
Okay, sorry.
I'm gonna give you a moment to shout me out in a second. But
So you said security, health.
yeah, security, health, finances, you know, aging parents, a number. I mean, it's just life. You know what I'm saying? Like just it's all of that stuff. So just yeah, all of the things that encompass being an adult that's middle aged. You know, thinking about our parents, thinking about us, thinking about our children, and having a responsibility to extend both hands to take care of and to pay attention to both, but also having a responsibility to pay attention to me. And so, yeah, so all of those things.
That's good. So can I shout you out now? I'm gonna shout my husband out because I've got him his. Well, let me just put it this way: you've been to the doctor, and you know there's certain things you got to do as you get older, certain appointments you got to go have, and certain things you got to get checked out, and it's just a different space. So you know that I think even is like you're like. What is all of this? Okay, let me get into this space. But I just want to shout you out because you have been so good about just being on it. Like, you know, I found a new doctor that I thought would be good. And then you connected in and then you're like doing the things and on top of it. And I don't take that for granted because, you know, sometimes men folk, they'll be slow. But you've been on it. And I feel good about that. Because health, what they say, is wealth. And if you don't make sure you slow down, let this be an alert, an alarm, a red flag, a yellow flag, a green flag to somebody. If you don't slow down to actually do what my husband is doing right now in terms of his health, but also what you said earlier, just a few seconds ago, you said you want to make space for like slowing down to think about what you do, and that we all need to kind of slow down and think about, where are we? What are our thoughts? How are we feeling? You know, I mean, that's one of the things I'm grateful for about our podcast is, you know, we're checking in with each other all the time, but this really slows us down to be able to kind of see where we are.
Yeah.
You know, and we're not going into all the things with y'all, but we talk about quite a bit. And I think that piece is important.
Hey, what's up, y'all? So we know you're enjoying the episode, but check this out, y'all. We're not just any old random couple that's coming on YouTube every week just giving relationship suggestions and stuff like that. We're way more than that, y'all. We're trained therapists and relationship coaches. Yeah. This right here is my beautiful, incredible, sensational wife, Iana.
And this right here is my dapper, debonair husband, Ayize. So y'all, we just want you to know that there is more. We don't want you to just be a spectator. We want you to get in here with us and join our community. We have all kind of folks who are doing their personal work, their relationship work. We have sister circles and men's lounges and trainings, and we address all kinds of things from infidelity to disconnection to communication issues and sex and intimacy issues. Look, the solution is at BLAMcore.com. Join us. And here's the thing, the whole piece around staying the course, you know, like, it's really hard to stay the course and to stay committed to the process of being in a relationship, stay committed to the process of, you know, figuring out your husband or your wife when y'all have been disconnected for like such a while, for example. That's just one example. It's really hard to figure out what is it that I want to do, and where am I in my life right now? I'm in a different place in life. What the hell is that place? Yeah. If you don't slow down, if you don't make the time to think about where you are, and to get in touch with your feelings. So my husband is so good at that, y'all. In terms of slowing down, when I create, I'm gonna be real. When I help to create the space, well. Now he might not agree. I don't know, but I think that this is just me, and you weigh in. I think that women, we have a gift for cultivating space, like space for. You know, this is what women do. We come together and you find the right women. We can talk about things. We can share our feelings. Like, this is what's going on, child. Lord, oh my goodness, let me tell you. We getting it out. We might be having some wine. We might start crying, and then we like laughing. And by the time we finish, it's like a whole therapy session, sister circle, benediction, gone to church, you know, everything. And I feel like men, you all come together in different ways for sure. But one of the things that I feel is my responsibility is to create the space for you to, you know, get in touch with your feelings, for you to be able to share. I didn't always see that. And I'm sharing this because I just want to shout you out for how you have like showed up and done that. Sometimes back in the day, I used to be like, why you don't be sharing what you feel? Like, do you even know how you feel? Why you ain't telling me? You know, that kind of stuff. But I feel like I'm a little more savvy with it now. You know, I feel like you are more savvy and you're more centered and grounded in being able to lean into the space. But your husband can't lean in if you don't create it.
That's right.
And certainly you can't, I can't, we can't as women create a space if we haven't done it for ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, we don't even know what that looks like. This whole piece seems to be today about staying the course and being able to know what that looks like. And for me and for you, I'm speaking for you, but you can always correct me. A big part of what we do is say, how you feeling? How you doing? Where you at? What's going on? You know what I mean? Like, those simple things, checking in with one another and like elaborating. Or I ask you oftentimes, we'll say more about that. And I just don't know that people are having those kinds of conversations or taking the risk to push a little bit more, or because your partner has pushed back, you don't do that no more because you ain't trying to go there. Because they like, what? You know, and so what? So what if they like what? You know what I mean? Push a little bit, nudge a little bit anyway. Or share when your partner is coming to you instead of just shutting down, because that's how you stay the course in marriage. It's how you stay the course in life. It's how you stay the course with communicating, is being able to keep your heart open and share your feelings.
Yeah. So typically, because I am a condenser, I'll use fewer words than my wife, of course, and I'm going to give you what I feel is needed in order for you to get the message. So nothing more. But because I flow and I move in that way, I do believe that a lot of what is happening for me is internal. And so there's a lot of processing taking place, a lot of internal dialogue and trying to figure things out. And so sometimes if I just be real, when my wife asks me, and I'm going to give y'all the questions too in a second because they are helpful. And I want women, you all, to be able to utilize some of the strategies that my wife has implemented, which they actually work, real talk. So, and we've used them inside of our community too. But check this out. So because I am constantly like sifting through and processing and engaged in this internal dialogue, when you ask me the question about how am I feeling, sometimes I don't really want to share. I don't want to get it out. I don't want to share. I don't want to open up, and I don't want to explore with you. Not that it's because I don't trust you, and not it's because I don't feel safe with you, but it's more so it just feels laborious to engage in that process.
Like hard, like a heavy lift?
Mm-hmm. So it's like this. If the thoughts are running through my mind, I'm not necessarily having a conversation with myself, but I'm used to a flow in terms of how I explore the thoughts. There's syntax to the way that I move about navigating that space between thinking and manifesting, and also establishing what I need to do next. And so there's a rhythm to it, and the rhythm is internal. And so now the request is for me to externalize what I'm so used to and so comfortable with processing internally that it becomes laborious. Not a heavy lift, but just something else to do. And a lot of times you'll find that men, myself specifically, will get locked into a routine. And I want it to be in a particular way. I want it to flow a certain way. And so I'm locked into a routine of doing it the way that I want to do it. And so what your request is, it's challenging me to deviate from what I'm used to doing. So I don't feel like it. But as my wife said a moment ago, when we first started this podcast episode, you heard that, and we lift this up as well. Fuck your feelings. Like, we've said that before in reference to...
Well, dang, we ain't say it like that.
Folks that we've worked with, that we've coached when we've done one-on-one sessions.
We've never said that.
I have.
You said F your feelings?
I have.
You said the whole word?
Yeah.
In talking to somebody you working with?
Yeah, respectfully speaking, though.
You must have been talking to a dude.
And yeah, I'm not saying that to women like that. And so yeah, but I have to make it plain because your feelings... they do inform and influence you.
Because we're saying get in touch with your feelings.
Yeah, but they also can get in the way and keep you paralyzed.
That's true.
And immobilize you. And so I feel what I feel, and it feels like a heavy lift. It feels like it's a stretch. It feels uncomfortable. But I have a greater responsibility, and that responsibility is the consistency that I'm looking to not only deliver, but also experience in my marriage. And there's a requirement that's attached to that, which is for me to actually speak, for me to share, for me to expose what's going on internally, for me to have conversation with you.
So can you say more about, like, for you and our relationship? You said, oh damn, I hope I don't forget it because my brain don't be remembering stuff fast. You said there's some consistency you want to experience. That's what you just said, amongst other things. And you said that, you have a responsibility to share. And I guess what I would love to know is, is there a benefit that you feel that you get?
Yeah.
And when you say consistency, I'm thinking that may go down that line, but because otherwise it just sounds, at least from where I'm sitting, for men as though this is just a responsibility. This is a part of the work you have to do, and you just need to like do the work. But where would we be, or where would we not be if we didn't share? Not just you, but me too. But in this case, we're talking about you as a man sharing more intimately with me as your wife. Like, what are you getting from it? That, I mean, I don't know if you've ever even thought about it like concretely. Why? Yeah, you have a responsibility because you know that we need to communicate and you need to share your feelings so that I know what's going on with you and that kind of thing. But what do you really get out of it? And does it really, from your perspective, does it really benefit the relationship?
It absolutely does.
In a way you can feel, in a way you feel,
Yeah,
I guess.
so there's one aspect where I have a responsibility. So regardless of what I feel, there's still a responsibility to me and for me to be in communication with you. I did a training this past week where I spoke about 3 pieces to, if you're even in a dating space, 3 pieces to determine, just how solid that relationship will be at the beginning. But it's also for the duration of the relationship too. But I spoke about talking, also spoke about togetherness, and I spoke about time. And so talking is an important piece, being able to communicate with your partner. So there's a responsibility there. So that's one aspect of it. But to answer your question, aside from the responsibility that I have, if I want to cultivate a healthy relationship, there is a benefit that I get. And I want to shout you out because as much as I may not feel like doing it, the direct benefit that I experience from it is that I know that I have somebody. I have my wife. I have a woman who cares about me. And so you care about me enough to press past the discomfort that I'm feeling about expressing what it is that I'm feeling, to inquire, to ask the questions, to check on me. Like you check on me. A lot of y'all don't have somebody that's checking on you.
Or you ain't checking on your man.
Yeah,
checking
exactly.
On your
And so as much as I may resist and not want it, I couldn't even imagine, and I don't even want to think about the idea of not having somebody to ask me when I wake up in the morning, how was your rest? I don't even want to consider the possibility of not having somebody, next to me asking me how I'm feeling. I appreciate so much the way you care for me, the way you love me, the way you show up for me, the way you cover me, the way you hold me with your words, hold me with your energy, hold me with your body.
Baby.
That's what I need. In real talk, that's what every man wants. And so, yeah, those words, my engagement with you, those questions, they empower me. They help me to see me in a different way. They inspire me. They slow me down, and they get me in touch with myself. And they also let me know that I'm not alone.
No, you are not.
I got a whole woman, a whole wife.
A whole woman.
Yeah, it's a whole queen that's got my back. And so, yeah, and thank you for that. So I'm saying all that to say, don't stop asking the questions. And to your credit, you gotten, my wife, she gangster with it, y'all.
What?
You come in that joint with sensitive energy. and you remain present and you hold space for me, just making it easier for me to be able to speak and express myself. You pursue me. And
I learned
I
from
want to be
you.
pursued.
I learned from you.
Yeah, and that's like, it's so needed. And so, I'm just like, yeah, amazed at your growth and the way that you've shown up and the way you've matured in this space. You ask me questions like, these are questions, ladies, that I know will be helpful. And again, I've already lifted up the resistance, the internal resistance, and the fact that I'm processing and going through my own dialogue internally and stuff like that. And so it doesn't necessarily feel comfortable for me to get it out. And I'm saying that because a lot of times you'll see that your man don't feel comfortable getting it out either. Right. So I just want to normalize that.
And he don't give me like, oh, come back in a little bit, babe, and then we can talk. Sometimes he just give me like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, he just give me irritable energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think that we have to recognize that just because you get, and we've talked about that in the past, you get like it doesn't mean that that's really what they really mean. You know what I mean? And so I think that piece is important.
Yeah. So,
but before you share the questions that the women can ask, and y'all really need to take this time to get your pen and paper. First of all, the way that you just shared, I am like, I don't know what the word is. I just feel,
you set me up.
Huh? I set you up?
Yeah.
No.
I wasn't trying to do none of that. I wasn't trying to be all teary-eyed.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I really wasn't even trying to talk. Like, my energy.
You weren't trying to talk on the podcast?
I wasn't. Like, I was in my,
You're like, Iana got it because she'll just talk the whole damn time.
I was irritated with you in the beginning, and then I was feeling tired, but then you start asking questions. That's the therapist thing. You start asking questions.
No, that's not the therapist in me, sweetheart. It's the wife in me. I promise you that. Mm-hmm. I promise you. Yeah. Because I'm always gonna check on you, check up on you.
Yeah, you lead with wife.
Yeah, that's my hope. That's my goal.
You lead with wife, but your skill set is wife too. Like, your skill set is therapist. Your skill set is mommy. Like, you mastered. You're a master in so many different domains. A master clinician. A master.
Don't start shouting me out. Don't start doing all of that.
A master mommy. Like, it's. So yeah, but you're right though. You're right. Those questions, like, even outside of a podcast setting, just the way you engage me, it's inviting. Like, it's inviting, and you've even spoken to before how sometimes you might tell me, like, get up off me, like, you're doing too much, like.
I know we both do it. It's not like this is just you. We both be acting out sometimes. Y'all hear that? We both be acting out. So if you want a partner who's not going to act out and is not going to give you the invisible middle finger sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And be like, back up off me, or I'm ignoring you, or I'm in a mood. If you want that partner, then you just need to go sign up for a Disney movie. You know what I mean? You need to go sign up for that life. That's not real life. It's not real life. So I appreciate, that's what I was trying to say. I appreciate your sharing just how I have impacted you, because I did not know you were going to go down that lane. When I asked the question, y'all, you remember just a little bit ago, like, well, what do you get out of it? I really did want to know what was going to come up for you, but I just knew you was going to say, because I know if, you talk and you ask me some questions and want me to talk and I get into that, and I'm also going to get into your panties a little bit later too. I just knew you was going to say something.
I didn't even have that thought. Like,
I really did.
That is definitely a benefit, but I ain't even had that thought. You were setting me up for the open. I just missed it.
I just thought that was because I just know that that's going to be something that you value. You know what I'm saying? You do value it, do you not?
I do. I definitely do.
What do you value? You value getting in? What you value? I just want. What is it that you value?
I value you, baby.
Mm-hmm. But what specifically do you value?
Like, really? You putting the press on me?
I just want to know how, I want to see how you can dress it up.
I'm just saying, you know how I can be, boo. So.
No, don't be crass now. But what do you do value?
I value all of you, baby.
And what specifically do you?
I value.
You value getting into?
Yeah, just getting into your body. Just
I wanted you to say it.
Just immersing myself in your essence.
I wanted to hear you.
Yeah,
I wanted to hear you.
Bathing in your waters.
You're saying it real poetic on here. That ain't how you be saying it all the time. But I did want to hear. I want to hear that, and I also wanted to say this, and then I usually can share the 3 questions. So, like, we just went down this lane. We just explored this territory of staying the course, and talking about really what this is a part of what we do to stay the course. This is a part of, like we said, we're going out a little later. Pay attention to the time. And so, like, I just don't want y'all to miss that if you're not having the conversations, if you're not taking the risk to ask the questions, if you're not taking the risk to just check on your partner, even if you're not sure if they're going to be welcoming of you, if you're not taking the risk, because it's a risk, right? Because you can feel very rejected in your relationship when your partner is not really flowing the way you want them to flow. If you're not taking the risk, you'll never be able to get to the space where you're exploring and sharing and connecting and feeling. Like I said at the beginning of this episode, God said to me, stay the course. And one of the things that I know is that I don't have to feel motivated. I just need to stay consistent. That's partially true, but it's also partially untrue. Because literally what's hitting me right now is that this is what keeps me motivated. What we have is what keeps me motivated. Me keeping my heart open, me connecting in with you, me sharing how I'm doing, me not carrying all this stuff and carrying it by myself, me being able to set it down and say it to you, me having friends that I can do that with, other women who I can share with. Like, I'm not by myself. So yeah, I don't need to just get full of motivation. Consistency is most important, but that's how you stay the course. You stay the course because you open up your heart. You know what I'm saying? You like, literally, this is, I feel lighter already. You know what I mean? And this happens all the time where we make a space, we sit down and talk. I pursue you. You might pull back. I do a little more. You know, these days you don't really resist that much. And same with me and you. You know, you come and try to get me, and I ain't feeling it, and then we're back into alignment. But it's because not only do we stay the course, not only does that dynamic help us to stay the course, but you're pursuing me is staying the course. Me pursuing you is staying the course. Me pushing past being like, this ninja got one more time to not respond to me. You know what I mean? Pushing past that. And I just don't want people to miss that all of it helps us to get to where we need to be.
Yes, indeed. So,
you got the questions?
Yeah. So, I mean, you already lifted up a few of them, but one of them, just to reiterate,
because I got some. Yeah, I want to see what you say.
Is how are you? How are you doing? And so, timing is everything. My wife, she'll typically do this when we wake up in the morning. She'll ask that question. How was your rest? Is another question.
Sometimes right in the middle of the day, just a how are you?
Yeah, just how are you? And the way that she does it is she'll come over to me. She's very deliberate about, like, getting close to me, and sometimes she'll put her hands in my pocket and ask that question while she's facing me.
Or on your butt sometimes.
Yeah.
Down your pants.
Yeah, baby. Like, you're being real, like,
I do sometimes.
Yeah, you do.
Let's go there.
You're talking some talk right now, shawty. Like,
smack him a little bit. Put your hands down. You know what I'm saying? He turns towards you. I can't mac you. Only you can mac me.
You said smack him some.
I said mac you.
Okay.
No, mac.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Put my hands on his butt, then go up under his pants. So you can feel me. I can touch you.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not keep interrupting.
So those are some of the questions, and One other question that she asked that I definitely appreciate is what do you need from me? That right there shows a willingness and openness and availability that is sexy. It's attractive. It's an indication that you're looking to cater to me, and I appreciate that. Can I get you something? These are all questions that you lift up and you express during the course of the day. What do you need from me?
Yeah.
Like, so I would encourage y'all to include these in y'all's relationship vocabulary. And it's not just a woman to man thing, it's a man to woman thing as well too. So I'm also checking on my wife on a regular basis, and I'm paying attention to her. I'm watching her moves, and I'm assessing where she is. And so she's doing that for me. That's what's required. That's that whole piece around being consistent. Like,
Right.
what are you doing on a daily basis to strengthen, to sustain, to just sturdy your relationship? And
Daily. I hope y'all
daily.
heard that word.
It's daily. Daily.
Every single day. The same way that we get up and we brush our teeth every day. We do our hair every day. Whatever it is, you get up and go to work every day. Like, this shouldn't be. Sometimes I think people are like, every day I'm got to do what? What is that? But if we don't want to be living parallel lives with our partner, parallel means I'm living next to you. I'm not living with you. Then we got to be intertwining ourselves daily by connecting in, checking on each other, loving on one another, being with each other, spending time, talking, and then just being together. If you can do those things, then you are learning to live with your partner and become one. That's the becoming one game. Otherwise, you just kind of living your life, doing your thing. You got your job. Some of y'all even got your own friends and got your own places you go hang out and all of this stuff. And your partner is none the wiser. They don't know nothing about that part of your life. I'm just going to sidebar that right now and say that's suspect anyway. It's suspect because I don't know what the hell you're doing. Why do you have a whole separate kind of part to your life that your partner doesn't know about? Don't hit me in the comments talking about people need to have their own sense of self and everything is not about your marriage and you have your own friends. We get that. I got my friends. He got his friends. We have separateness. But for it to be isolated, I think is the issue.
Yeah.
Where I don't, I can't even be with you. I don't even know where y'all be at. I just kind of get a report back every once in a while. That's weird. So it's either suspect because there's some shady behavior going on, or it's suspect because there's another level of connection y'all can go to, and you're keeping a barrier in between the two of you. Again, not that y'all need to hang out all the time together, but there needs to be a ease of access and a flow between the two of you about how you roll, what you do, and where you be at. That's a sidebar. That was a long sidebar, and that's not what we're talking about today, but I just had to say that. I think that piece is important.
But that's a part of staying the course.
It is, right? Yeah. That's a part of staying the course. So y'all gotta stay the course. That was the message for me today, and I think God has helped us to amplify that message.
Yeah, I think so too.
I feel lighter.
I do too.
I feel lifted up. So won't he do it? He doing it right now. You feel lighter, boo? The little tears came out and you feel a little refreshed.
Yeah.
I love you, baby.
I love you too, boo.
I think we're complete.
Not quite yet.
We're not? Oh.
But it's time to cut this off.
Oh. And with that, this has been another episode of Relationship Cheat Code. Lean in to your partner. Lean into yourself. Lean into your life. Stop playing. Stop pushing. Peace, y'all.